I'm going to start off the video by showing you my audience. On May 24th of 1994, a spectacular event took place. My birth. While my family was celebrating the joy of life, Bret Michaels was fighting for his. The lead singer of Poison was in a car accident that same day. With as many people there are in this world, there's bound to be an event that happens at every single moment of every day. And it turns out in the month of May in the year 1994, some interesting events took place. I started with pop culture first, because pop culture is always changing, so it's different for each time. It's a good way to actually see how the people were at that certain time period. Some important celebrity births and deaths include the birth of Alexander Gold. Born May 4th, he now stars the show Weeds and is known as the voice of Nemo in the Disney Pixar film Finding Nemo. Robert Gold died on May 8th. He starred in the TV series The A-Team and Breakfast at Tiffany's. And pro golfer Joey Boris died of a heart attack on May 28th. Some popular books of the time include All Men Are From Mars and All Women Are From Venus, John Gray. The Day After Tomorrow, Alan Folsom, and I Wouldn't Take Nothing for My Journey Now, Maya Angelou. In the movie world, the third installment of Beverly Hills Cop was released on May 25th. On May 27th, live-action Flintstone film was put in theaters, and that's the skinniest you'll ever see Rosie O'Donnell. And on May 20th, a New York cinema decided to raise their ticket prices to $8. Now in 2013, we see that we pay $10.25 or more per movie ticket, so we can thank New York for that. In the music world, on May 4th, Courtney Love was dismissed of her drug charges. On May 20th, popular band Weezer came out with their first album, who now has several albums out and is still very popular to this day. And Bret Michaels, lead singer of Poison, was in a car accident on May 24th, as previously referenced. Now, one of the most important pop culture events, not only in the month of May, but in pop culture history and in music history, was the marriage between Michael Jackson and Lisa Marie Presley. It combined the king of pop with the king of rock's daughter. It was music marriage royalty. It was on every news station, every TV, every newspaper, and heard in every household. There's also rumors that Michael Jackson might be gay, so him marrying Lisa Marie Presley came to a shock a few and controversy others. But overall, it was very popular and on everyone's mind. Now, in the political world, there was a loss included the death of JFK's widow, Jackie Kennedy. On May 19th, she died of cancer. In the U.S., the pro-Clementine was launched on May 6th, and on May 8th, President Bill Clinton signed the Assault Weapons Ban. That banned military-type weapons and machine guns from use of regular U.S. citizens. And now in 2013, we see the NRA, Republicans, and Democrats all fighting over stricter or less gun control laws. So something happened in 1994 is still taking place and affecting what's going on now. In the world news, South Yemen was bombed by North Yemen. And in Europe, a tunnel, which you don't know what that is, it's a trail that's underneath the channel in Great Britain, and it connects England and France, and that's good for trade and for tourism, and that was a really important year for the Europeans. Now, it's world news and political news. Something very important happened in the month of May. Nelson Mandela was the first elected black South African president. Now, that's very important in the political world because in South Africa, it was known for racism and racial discrimination in the political world. And him being black really brought down some barriers, though he was in prison for most of his term because of those reasons and his ideas. Some other interesting events that took place in the month of May include the death of America's oldest citizen. She was 115 years old and died on May 7th. Her name was Margaret Keating. Other news included the conviction of serial killer Joel Rifkin. He was convicted on May 8th of killing 9 women, mostly prostitutes and drug addicts, and there is more that they haven't found or thought that he could have killed. The following day, John Wayne Gacy was put to death in Illinois. He sexually assaulted and murdered 33 young men. I'm not the only important thing that happened in the month of May, though I'd like to think so. After doing some research, I found out not only political world change and pop culture world change, but there are actually huge events. President Bill Clinton signed a ban on assault weapons, which now affects us today with our fight for stricter gun control laws. Michael Jackson married Lisa Marie Presley. Pop culture history that no one's going to forget. Our oldest American citizen died. Killers were convicted and put to death. People were born, people died, and even the world was affected by the election of Nelson Mandela. So when it comes down to it, some people don't have a lot of things to say about the month they were born. But I'm proud to say that I'm glad I'm born in May 1994, and along with my birth, a lot of other important things happened. Thank you for listening.